So Thursday night was at Playhouse LV. Friday night was at Whispers. And then Saturday night we went to Flirts LV.
Yeah.
Which is also owned by Dave and Nicole, who own Playhouse LV. This one is their newer facility, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it is also in a residential neighborhood, so much so on that Uber trip. We start to pull up to the house and I'm like, oh shit, we gave him the address from last night because it looked the neighborhood looked exactly the same. It may even be the same neighborhood. I don't know because I don't know anything about Vegas. I don't know where we were.
And it was dark.
It was dark, yeah. But I'm like, oh shit, we fucked up. We're in the wrong place. And then you turn a corner and I'm like, oh, that is a different house. But I really did think that we were in the same spot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But that house, so it is a house, but it was used as a venue before. And so you go in and it's got a kitchen and a big kitchen. It's a really pretty house, really big. And I think there's a pool outside too. But again, it was cold. We didn't go outside, but I think there was a pool in the backyard and stuff. But great playrooms. They did such the same thing. Amazing job. The playroom area spaces are so well done. They're so tasteful. They're so comfortable.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, really great furnishing, which is unusual at a lot of sex clubs. And so, like, really high quality materials and high quality equipment and high quality furnishings, and everything was just first class.
It really was. And then that venue, you go back, so you kind of pass the playroom areas to the main area of the house, which is the dance floor, and there's a DJ in there. And this, it's 2 floors.
Yeah, it's like open, vaulted ceiling.
But it's 2 floors because on the one
loft.
Yeah, there's a loft with 2 sides, and that's a place. Those are play spaces, and that was really cool. Mm. And then the dance floor, and then there are sofas around the dance area, and the bar. It's a bottle club, and so it's a really, again, set up well space. We didn't get much of a chance, though. Same type of thing, though. The playroom spaces in Flirts LV, though, didn't open that night until 11 o'clock. So the doors opened at 8 or 9, and you had a couple hours of mandatory kind of meet and greet because the play spaces weren't open. When the play spaces open, they lock the door. So if you're not there when the play spaces open at both places, you're not getting in. So you have to be there beforehand, which is, I like that. Mm-hmm. I like that. You can leave anytime you want. It's like Hotel California. And they will let you leave, but you just can't come back. But anyways, so I like that piece of it, kind of a little bit more of a controlled atmosphere. But you don't, so the playrooms didn't open until a little bit later. It was challenging though, because in that particular space, the music was very loud and we had trouble talking to folks, but that's kind of where everybody was.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it till later. Like, we could have walked out into the other, like, a couple couples came up to us and said they knew who we were and recognized us. And we tried to stand there and talk to them and have conversation. It was really challenging, but I don't know why we didn't go in the other room. Because everybody was in the party room, I guess. But yeah, so that was really fun too. But we didn't know anybody, and we didn't really tell anybody we were going. And I mean, this other couples recognized us. I think if we'd mentioned it maybe once before on the podcast or something, but we didn't really advertise it very much. So we weren't really planning on trying necessarily to meet people or do anything. And so again, we just ended up having a really great night that night too. That was it. There's because our play spaces are so great. It was really fun, really open, like that space in that place, in that area where we decided to play on that night was like 4 kind of open beds, but then they had curtains and then there were a couple more beds. So it's kind of a group space, but not necessarily. Like, there's a little bit of privacy.
Yeah. Like sheer curtains dividing. And so, you can draw back, or you can have them closed so that, you can hear everything and kind of see silhouettes of other people, which is nice and sensual and sexy. And then the lighting's low and so it's a really nice environment, really nice atmosphere.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So my question was going to be, on all those 3 venues, would you recommend people to go to those venues?
I would recommend all 3.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, and they're different, but you just got to try places and find what fits with you. And that's what we tell everybody about everything. I mean, and that might change on a particular night based upon the crowd, based upon whatever your mood is and whatever you're feeling. And but you can't go wrong, trying more sex clubs. That's kind of my rule of thumb. You should just try them all.
You can try. You don't even have to have sex in them. We sometimes go and turn around and leave.
That has happened.
That's happened. I was going to say also, just a heads up, if you decide to go and visit these places, Playhouse LV, though, is a membership only. We were with the Front Porch Swingers, so we were with that particular event, but you have to be a member to go to that particular venue. And it takes a couple of weeks to get vetted. So it is an actual private membership. I don't think it's super expensive. I don't know though.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I can't quite remember.
Well, the information's on their website.
Yeah, I would say check out their website, Playhouse LV and Flirts LV, and get on their mailing list about all their different events that they have going on as well. I was dubious about going to Vegas. I did not.
Oh, I was too. I've never had any interest at all about going to Vegas, like my entire life. But shit, how much fun did we have? It was awesome.
We had an amazing
We loved it.
We spent 1 minute on the Strip, 2 minutes on the way out on the Grand Canyon tour, and a minute on the way back.
And only because the bus had to pick some people up there.
We didn't even go to the Strip.
Yeah.
We drove through it and thought, okay, don't know that we need to come here. Not gambling and not very much into the shows.
Yeah, not into the shows or.
I would go back and go to some of the shows if that was something that I was interested in doing. I would go back and go to a hockey game.
Yeah.
I'd be more interested in going to the Golden Knights game or a Raiders game than I would to a casino. But that's just me.
Me too.
But I think that it was really, really cool. And the thing that we found, we stayed downtown instead of on the Strip, and it was great. And we really found the hidden gem that Brenna, and actually most people that we talked to when we said, tell us about the secret places in Vegas to go to, the Arts District, District 1, hands down. It's called 18B. It's 18 blocks. And we were going to start at one end and work our way to the other end. And we got there at noon, and that's where our plan was. But we had to make it back to by 6 or 7 to get ready to go for the evening. So we started at noon. We had about 5 hours. We made it 800 feet.
Yeah, according to Google Maps, we made it like 863 feet down the
main street.
Yeah, we started at one brewery, and we
made it to 3 because the breweries were right next door to each other. So we made it to 3 breweries, and I think we ate at a pizza place, which was also a brewery. And then and then we found our new favorite bar, the Velveteen Rabbit. If you're ever in Vegas and you're in the Arts District, oh my God. And I wanted to sleep there. I asked them if I could sleep on their sofa and bring in a sleeping bag. And if maybe they wouldn't notice me. I actually even said, like, if I hide behind, because that was the last stop, by the way. So there may have been beer and food involved with that comment, but it's an amazing,
amazing craft cocktails at the Velveteen Rabbit.
I so rarely ever buy t-shirts from any place that we go. Like, you have to really impress me to buy a t-shirt, because I have 85,000 bajillion effing t-shirts from every event that I ever do. So the last thing I want is a t-shirt. And I was there 30 seconds. I'm like, what do your t-shirts look like? I will buy one, and I have one. So there you go. But it was great. It was a lot of fun. And I was so pleasantly surprised. And